Hello and welcome to yoga. We are going to have a class today that is going to be, I want to say head, shoulders, knees and toes. It's not right. Neck, shoulders, core, other things. So let's get seated on a block. That's going to be where we're going to start. Sit yourself down, nice and tall. Move the fleshy part of your bottom out of the way. Let's remember how to sit. That should be an easy thing to do. We're going to think about lifting up through the crown of the head, nice and tall. And we're just going to simply bring the shoulders up to the ears and roll them all the way back down. Let's just find the space between the ears and the shoulders. And then when you're ready, we're going to take it in the other direction. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, bring those shoulders all the way over the top. All right. And now just place them down and hopefully they're not near your ears anymore. Take an inhale, lift and lengthen through the crown of the head. Just lightly engage the core. We want shoulders and hips over the top of one another. And then just take a lovely long exhale through the mouth. Should we go one more? Take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Lift and lengthen. Find that space in the spine. And when you're ready, we take an exhale through the mouth as a releasing breath. Get rid of all of that air. Lovely. When you're ready, we can close off the eyes or soften the gaze, up to you. We'll start with some even breathing. If my pattern doesn't match yours, then do your own. So here we go. Let's take an inhale for the count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, and 1. With an empty mind, see if you can set yourself an intention for today's practice. Whatever that might mean for you. When you're ready, we're going to take those legs and switch them over. Give ourselves an opportunity to become a little bit more balanced. We're going to take the arms high above the head, reaching up out of the waist and spread through the fingers. Take a moment here, reaching up. Take that right hand down and reach that left arm all the way over. Take a moment here just to open up that left side, taking a gaze to the ceiling. And then let's switch out. Left hand comes down, right arm's going to lift, and then all the way over. Take a gaze to the ceiling if it feels good. Take a moment to reach that right hand all the way over to that other wall. And then come all the way back to center. Take the arms nice and high, spread through the fingers, lifting chin towards the ceiling, open through the throat. Right hand comes down, left arm's going to reach over. This time we move with a little bit more fluidity. So starting to reach over, bring that right elbow in towards the body, rolling that right shoulder back. And then bringing hands to the top again, reaching up to the ceiling, spread through the fingers. Gazing to the ceiling too, open through the throat. And then left hand comes down, reach that right arm over, start to move, a little bit more purpose. Left elbow towards the body, rolling that left shoulder back a little bit. And then pausing here. We're going to take those arms out. You may not love this, but we're going to do it anyway because we are strong. We're going to start by just making small circles, rolling those arms in lovely, strong, small circles. Can be slow, can be fast. It's entirely up to you. But we're going to bring those circles just a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. Being mindful to keep the shoulders away from the ears. See if we can really draw those shoulder blades down. And then when you're ready, we're going to stop at the top and bring those hands to the back of the head, interlace the fingers. Going to draw that right elbow down and lift through that left elbow. Thinking about lifting and lengthening. So we want to make sure that spine is nice and long. We want to open up the ribs on that left-hand side. Coming back to center, lift through the crown of the head and then come down, left elbow down, right elbow lifts. Being mindful that that right elbow is not dropping forward, but instead we are keeping that chest nice and open. And then back. Draw those elbows in towards the body. Bring the chin to chest. We're going to start to round down through the spine. Get to a point that is comfortable. And then come all the way back out. Open elbows out. Lift the gaze, chin to the ceiling. All right. Let's go again. Roll the chin to chest, elbows to ears, coming all the way down to a point that is comfortable. And then all the way back out, opening those arms out, spread those arms away from you. This time round, we're going to take those big circles that we just ended on, drawing those shoulder blades back and down, keep those shoulders away from the ears where possible. And then we bring those circles just a little bit smaller. Keep that core loosely engaged, nice tall spine. And then we're going to make those circles just a little bit smaller and a little bit smaller still. Nice. Perfect. All right, then take that right hand down and sweep that left arm over and then switch it out, left hand down, right arm over. Take a couple more of these, moving however feels good for you. Taking that gaze to the ceiling, maybe opening that chest a little bit more. And then when you're ready, take your last ones and meet me back at center. Beautiful. All right. Perfect. From here, let's move that block away. We're going to extend that right leg away from us. If you've got a strap to hand, that's going to be great. Or you might have really long arms. We're going to move that heel towards the front of the room, the toes towards the ceiling. From here, we're going to hook the foot. We want to take that torso over the top of that right leg, and that left foot is going to be into the inner thigh. Draw those elbows in towards the body and keep the shoulders back and down. We're going to start to fold over that right leg. But we are going to go as far as our lovely long spine allows. So we don't want to round into this, but we want to keep a really nice long spine, bringing chin towards that big toe, using the support of that strap to draw your chin a little bit closer towards that big toe. Keep pushing that left knee down so we get a nice little opener through that hip as well. We're going to take another 2 breaths here. Use that breath to help you. Take the inhale, lift and lengthen. As we exhale, we can just come down a little bit more. Use that strap for some support. And then you can release the strap and take your forward fold however you please. Taking a nice round into the spine, maybe bringing forehead to knee. Maybe it's nowhere close. Doesn't matter. We don't care. And then slowly and carefully rounding up through the spine, we're going to open out as that left hand comes behind you. We're going to bring that right arm as far forward as you can, get a nice stretch in there, and then lifting the hips, squeeze the glutes. We're going to open that front body out. Keep control of the neck, but open through the throat. Pushing those toes on the pinky edge side of that right foot down. Glutes are squeezing, hips lifting, front body opening. And then slowly, carefully lower yourself all the way back down. Nice. Let's switch it out. Left leg is long. The sole of that right foot into the inner left thigh. We're going to hook that foot. Draw the elbows in close to the body, and we're going to move that torso over the top of that left leg. Start to bring those elbows close in. Keep that nice long spine and just fold forward. Keep pushing that right knee down into the mat. Let's open through the hip. Inhale, we're going to lift, we're going to lengthen, and then we're going to fold just a little bit more. Keep pushing that heel away, toes looking to the ceiling. Use your breath to help you here. Every time you exhale, you should find a little bit more space to move into. I'm going to ask you to check out where your shoulders are. If you're wearing them as earrings, we're going to encourage them to be all the way back and down. And then we're going to take another inhale, and then as we exhale, can we go just a little bit lower? I don't know. Okay, we're going to drop that strap. Take your forward fold, however that looks like. Whatever it looks like. Maybe chin toward, not chin. What's that? Forehead to knee. Maybe nowhere close. Okay. From here, we're going to slowly round up through the spine. Take that right hand behind you. We're going to reach that left arm as far forward as we can. Push down through the right hand. We're going to squeeze the glutes to lift the hips. Open through that front body. Open the throat as you begin to let that head hang heavy, but keep control of the neck. Keep pushing the pinky edge side of that left foot down into the mat. Glutes squeezing, hips lifting, opening through that whole front body. And then slowly, carefully coming all the way back round. Nice. All right, we're going to move that strap out of the way. Let's come in towards our table. Just a little bit of stability work, because let's be honest, we could all do with it. We've got the hands underneath the shoulders and we've got the knees underneath the hips. We're going to extend that right leg away and keep those toes connected to the mat. Push through the heel. If you want a little bit more core work, you're going to tuck your left toe and you're going to hover the knee. Really thinking here about that stability through the core. So drawing that core in, belly button towards spine, gazing between the hands, keep that neck nice and long. Keep pushing that right heel down. Okay, lower the left knee down if it was hovered, untuck the toes. We're going to lift that right heel now so that that leg is lifting. We want to keep the hips nice and level. All right, left arm is going to come alongside the ear, reaching forward, pushing back. Let's take it wide. Left arm wide, right leg wide. Keep the body down the center line. Back to center. Bring that elbow to knee and then away. We'll go for 2 more of these. Let's take it wide. We're going to hold it here at the widest point. Body down the center line, check. Back to center, elbow to knee, crunch it in, and away. Last one on this side, taking it wide. We hold it here. Back to center, knee to elbow, and away. Left hand's going to come down, right knee is going to come down. Let's find ourselves in a gate pose. Right leg comes out to kickstand, left leg's going to come long. Bring that left arm sweeping past that left ear. Let's get stretchy. Pushing the pinky-ish side of that left foot down into the mat. Roll that left shoulder back just a little bit, gazing towards the ceiling. Take some nice deep breaths here. If you want a little bit of core work, we're going to lift through that left leg, push through the heel, and then bring elbow to knee for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Keep the leg lifted, keep the arm lifted. See if we can hover here. Of course we can. And then lower that left leg down. Take a moment to just enjoy that gate pose, finding that stretch. Push down through that pinky-ish side of that left foot. And then take that left hand down. You're going to take the toes are already down. We're going to push through that heel. Mindful that that body is down the center line. Going to push through the heel, find that stretch down the back of the leg. Gazing between the hands, keep the neck nice and long. Okay, let's lift through that left leg. When you're ready, we're going to extend that right arm alongside the ear. Keeping the body down the center line, let's take the right arm wide and the left leg wide. Holding it here. Back to center, knee to elbow, and away. Let's take it wide. Back to center, knee to elbow. And then the last one on the side, maybe just last one, that sounds better. Take it wide. Back to center, knee to elbow, and away. All right, right hand's going to come down, left knee is going to come down. We're going to take the feet together. Take the knees as wide as the mat. If you've got something to rest on, you can rest on it. If you want to come onto your forearms, you can come onto your forearms. If you want to stay on your hands, stay on your hands. We're going to take the ankles trailing the knees. So we want to come into a frog pose. Draw that belly in to protect the back. If you're happy to come onto your forearms, you might find that comfortable. If you're happy to come onto a bolster and you just want to lay on it, do that. It doesn't matter what you're doing. We want to find that openness through the hips. What our ideal is that we keep our legs at right angles. So knee and hip, knee and ankle are going to be at 90 degrees. If you can shift your bottom back a little bit, you might find that quite intense. Maybe a little wiggle from forward and backwards might feel good in the hip space. So just play around with what's going to feel good for you. If you're on your forearms, push down into those forearms to separate the shoulder blades so that we're not dumping down into the shoulders. We want to find a strong base. Just take a moment to allow those hips to open. And then we're going to bring the hands down underneath those shoulders, tuck the toes, bring the knees back underneath the hips. We're going to take the knees as narrow as they can, side by side, and find a narrow-legged child's pose. Let's close those hips off, bring the forehead down, take the hands behind you, palms up. The shoulders are going to come over the top of the knees. And just take a little sway from side to side. Okay, and then we're going to start to stack each vertebrae, coming all the way up. All right, once we're there, take the hands down. We're going to tuck the toes. We're going to sink our weight back into the heels. Take a moment before we make our way to down dog. Allow the underside of the feet to get a good old stretch. We're looking to stretch through the Achilles and calves. Take a moment here, use the pads of the hands to push down into the mat. Elbow creases looking at each other. Wrap the triceps around. When you're ready, start to bring the bottom up towards the ceiling. Once we're here, we want to start to very slowly pedal through each heel. Really think about wiggling through the bottom, releasing any tension in the lower back. And then when you're ready, you're going to find your down dog. Hands push down, elbow creases looking at one another, triceps wrapped around. Draw those sit bones towards the ceiling and draw the chest towards the thighs. Nice long back. We're going to take that right hand. We're going to move it towards the shin or the calf or the ankle of the left leg. Draw the chest around to take a gaze underneath that left armpit. Armpit's such a weird word. Take a breath here. Switch out. Right hand comes down. From here, left hand lifts. Move it towards the calf, the shin, the ankle, whatever you've got on that right hand side. And use the leverage to look under that right armpit and draw the chest around. And then left hand's going to place back down. Let's take that right foot through the hands. Take a moment with those hands down just to roll over the ball of that left foot. So really find a nice deep stretch through the hips. Once you're happy here, either use a block to lengthen the arm or keep your hand down. Left hand's going to stay down. We're going to open chest to the right side, draw those ribs around, reaching the hands towards the ceiling. If you've got more space to open the shoulders, let's take that right hand, wrap it around, touch the top of that left thigh, start to open that shoulder out. Keep pushing that back heel back. We want to make sure we've got a strong back leg. And then gazing forward, bring the arm back around, use it for some stability, take it down, take the back knee down, untuck the toes. We're going to bring the hands up, take the hands to the ceiling, reach up, lift the chest to the ceiling too, and then take the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, release the pointer fingers, and then take that right shoulder down towards the knee, lift through the fingertips so they're reaching towards the ceiling. Slowly coming all the way back up, release the hands, bring those hands back to the ceiling, and then draw those elbows down, find your cactus arms, elbows towards the back corners of the room, lovely open chest here, and then sink those hips forward and down. Taking a gaze wherever feels good for you. All right, we're going to sink the weight back over that left knee and take the toes on the right side to the ceiling. Grab hold of a block for some stability. Check those hips are level. And then when you're ready, take a fold and bring that chin towards the top of the mat. We want to keep a nice long spine again. So if you're finding that you're rounding, just come up a little bit more. We want to take that inhale, lift and lengthen, and an exhale, fold a little bit more. Draw those hips nice and level. And then bending that right knee, flattening through that right foot. Back to where we started. Lovely. All right, take the hands down. Tuck through the back toes, lift through the back knee. We're going to find ourselves back in a down dog. Right foot joins left. Pedal those heels out. Again, taking your time here, no rush. Really feel through the backs of the legs. Use the hands to push down into the mat. Allow those shoulders to be away from the ears. All right. From here, left leg is going to lift. And then we're going to take that left foot through the hands. Keep those hands down and move through that hip space. Okay, using a block underneath that right hand if you need to. Of course, don't if you don't. We're going to open out, left hand to ceiling, chest comes round, push back with that back heel. So we imagine lifting the back of that knee up towards the ceiling. So we've got a strong back leg. Gazing wherever feels good. For your shoulders, maybe that left hand can come back around, touching the top of that right thigh, rolling that left shoulder open just a little bit more. All right. And then from here, we're going to take that left hand down. We're going to bring the knee down, untuck the toes, bring the hands all the way up, reaching up out of the waist. Take the hands behind you, interlace those fingers, release the pointer fingers, and then bow as we take that left shoulder towards the knee and reach the pointer fingers up towards the ceiling. Releasing, coming all the way up as we do release the hands, bring to the ceiling, draw those elbows away from you towards the back corners of the room into your cactus arms, open that chest, squeezing those shoulder blades together, and then take the gaze wherever feels good. Use the breath as you take the inhale to lift, and as you exhale, maybe those hips move a little bit more forward and down. And then we're going to shift the weight over that right knee. Use the block for some stability. Take the toes on the left side to the ceiling. Draw those hips nice and level. Take a forward fold. Find that lovely long spine. Take an inhale and lift. And then as you exhale, can you come down a little bit more? Chin moving towards the top of the mat. Think about the shoulders away from the ears. Think about the spine, nice and long. Okay, I'm going to bend through that left knee. From here, we're going to take that left foot underneath the hip, so we're back in our table pose. Okay, from here, tuck the toes. We're going to step, hop, or jump to the top of your mat. Doesn't matter how you get there. Take a moment to have a deep forward fold. Up to you whether the knees are bent or they are not. I prefer my knees bent here. We want to turn the sit bones up towards the ceiling. You're going to make a frame around the head, so taking opposite elbows, and then take a sway from side to side. I really want you to think about the crown of the head reaching towards the big toes. So really thinking about being top heavy here, really sinking that weight down into the toes, thinking about the sit bones looking towards the ceiling. A little gentle sway from side to side. And then when you're ready, switch out that elbow grip. Take the other one. Okay, releasing the hands, nice and slowly coming all the way up, stacking each vertebrae as you come. Oh, long way up. Take the arms nice and high, reach up out of the waist, spread through the fingers, draw those shoulder blades back and down. And then from here, we're going to take that right hand down, reach that left hand all the way over. With a firm plant through the feet, we want to shift the hips to the left as well. Get as much space through that side body as you have. Can you bring that right arm down a little bit more? Can you bring that left hand over a little bit more? We're relying on some core stability here to keep us upright. If you find that you're leaning forward, we want to just bring ourselves up just a little bit more. Okay, let's switch out, coming all the way back up. Let's bring the hands high, reach up out of the waist, nice and strong through our feet. Left hand's going to come down, right arm is going to sweep all the way over. We're going to shift the hips over to the right hand side, really anchor down through that right foot, reaching up and over. Keep that right shoulder back. If it starts to rock forward, you're going to draw yourself back up again. And coming all the way back up. Beautiful. Arms are going to come high, and then we're going to come straight into a forward fold. Send the bottom back, take a forward fold here. Bring the chest towards the thighs. Pause here, feel heavy. Take a moment. We're going to have 3 breaths here. I want you to use your breaths wisely. Take an inhale. We lift a little bit. As we exhale, we fold a little bit more. 2 more as we take an inhale, we lift. Exhale, we fold a little bit more. Last one here. Take an inhale, we lift. Exhale, we fold a little bit more. Hands to shins, take a half lift here. Lengthen that spine. Crown of the head towards the front wall, shoulders away from the ears. And then let's take a forward fold. You're going to take a large step back with that left foot, coming into our warrior. Oh gosh, no, we're in a high lunge. That's an absolute lie. We're going to sink down into that back foot. Imagine you're pressing on a button, strong back leg, dropping that front knee down. I'm going to take a moment here, just with the hands on the hips, opening those shoulders, squeezing shoulder blades together, sinking down into that front knee. Okay. Hands are going to come down to the mat. Bring that left foot up to join the right. Take that forward fold. Take a moment. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Half lift, hands to shins. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Gaze towards the top of the mat. And then forward fold. Large step back through that right foot this time. Into your high lunge. Coming up. Nice train track stance rather than tightrope. Push through that back heel. Think about the back of the knee lifting towards the ceiling, and then let's drop down into that front knee. This time round, we find ourselves into our cactus arms. Draw those shoulders down and then towards the back of the room. Engage the core to support through that lower back. Taking the hands down, we're going to take that left knee down, right knee down, table. From here, cross those ankles, come onto your bottom. We're going to just take ourselves onto our mat. As you're down on your mat, bring those knees above the hips. Our legs are at right angles here. Okay, so we're going to start with a little bit of core just to finish off what we're doing here. So to start with, just extending right leg away and back in, left leg away and back in. I want you to really think about that lower back pushing down into the mat. I want you to really think about drawing that belly button in towards the spine. Okay, we want to make sure that we are really secure here. And if you feel like you are less than strong at this point in the day, don't take the legs down quite so low. If you're feeling super strong and you have a really secure lower back, you can try both legs at the same time. My lower back won't forgive me for doing that, so I won't be doing it, but you absolutely can. Okay, I'm going to go for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, take the feet flat for a moment, just windscreen wiper those knees from side to side. Allow your core to forgive you just for a moment. Okay. All right, from here, let's get ourselves sat up. We're going to find a boat for a moment. Drawing chest to thighs, let's float our boat by lifting the feet. Sitting up nice and tall, shoulders away from those ears. We're going to take the hands alongside the shins. We're just going to hang out here for a moment. Start to extend those legs away. And then lift. We're going to go for 10, for 9, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet are flat. Give yourself a big hug together. Use those shins. No. What are they? Forearms against the shins to really be able to round into that lower back. And maybe a little sway from side to side. Okay, and then we're going to finish off with everyone's favourite. We're going to do some twists. So grab yourself a block, a ball, whatever you've got available. We're going to start off in our boat, sitting up nice and tall, bringing that chest towards our thighs. And we're going to go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a moment here, take a breath, bring yourself into a tidy little ball, do what you need to do, because we're going to go for another 10 and then we'll call it a day. We'll be very proud of our achievements today. Right, let's get back on our boat, float those legs, find your block, ball, whatever you've got, and here we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Get rid of that block. Bring the feet flat. Give yourself a big hug. You deserve it. A little bit of a sway from side to side. And then it is up to you entirely how you find your mat. If you want to go down via dish, do. If you want to lay down, immediately do that. Okay, so finding your time or how you want to get down to the mat, do that now. We're going to use the opportunity to settle into the mat. So take a moment to wiggle around, move that annoying piece of hair that was in your face, get rid of that. Just take a moment to find comfort. And we're going to finish off class today the same way that we started, with some even breathing. I want you just to focus in on your position on the mat. So finding that really equal weight across the material, taking a moment to really adjust and find comfort. Taking those final adjustments, a wiggle of the toes, a wiggle of the fingers, maybe a rock from side to side until you can eventually just be. And then with the eyes closed, I'm going to count in some even breathing. When you're ready, let's take an inhale for the count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take this time to revisit your intention from the beginning of class today. Take a moment to sit with it as you breathe in and you breathe out. Slowly and carefully beginning to bring yourself back to the present moment. Taking a moment to recognize those sounds around you, being more open and welcoming to the noises, maybe the smells, the textures, just welcoming them. When you're ready, I'm going to start to bring some feeling back to the body. Wiggle the toes, slight sway of the body, the fingertips. Beginning to move however feels good for you. And then when you're ready and there is no rush, you can bring yourself very slowly back to a seated position. And I will be there.